Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, as you can tell by the title of the video and also by this beautiful, gorgeous, pristine PowerPoint that we have on screen right now, I'm going to be giving you guys my predictions for this up-and-coming 2024/2025 football season. We're going to be talking about who I believe is going to win La Liga, the Bundesliga, the Premier League, the Serie A, and the UCL. To me, the most important competitions in football right now in Europe, and also the ones that I watch the most, is going to be taking home the silverware when May and early June comes around. I cannot be more excited for this video. I honestly don't remember the last time I was this excited to film a YouTube video. Honestly, bro, like a video in general, my sex tape, I was a little bit more excited for that, but that's a different type of excitement. For YouTube, this is the most excited I've ever been to film a video. And yeah, bro, I'm not going to talk about the Europa League or the Conference League or Liga. As you can tell, they're not on the screen right now. They're not like, I don't have their pictures up because number one, I don't care about those leagues enough. And number two, bro, I don't care about those leagues enough. That's like, honestly, I don't know what else I was going to say. Those are the two things. I don't care about the Europa League. Barca, we can never be bad enough. Barcelona can never be bad enough to play in that scrummy, disgusting competition, the Europa League. So I'm not going to talk about that. The Conference League, honestly, I don't care. And Ligue 1, bro, the only thing keeping Ligue 1 afloat, in my opinion, was Mbappe. And I barely cared about Ligue 1 when he was there. And now that he's gone, I'm not going to care about Ligue 1 at all. Honestly, bro, if you're a Ligue 1 fan watching this video, I'm sorry, bro, but that league, I mean, get some help. That league is terrible. PSG is probably going to win the league for like the 30th year in a row. And even if they don't win it, even if it goes to like Monaco or Lyon or whatever, Nice, who gives a fuck, man? I don't care. You probably don't care either. But yeah, man, this should be really, really fun. Whatever you guys agree or disagree with, let me know in the comments section down below. Let me know your predictions for all these leagues. If you want to throw a Ligue 1 in there as well, I won't read it, but you can leave it down in the comment section as well. And yeah, man, this should be really, really fun. Enough yapping. Let's start predicting these leagues, bro. I'm so hyped. The first league we're going to predict in today's video is the Serie A. Who's going to win the Serie A? Obviously, the screen is blank right now. And I didn't forget to make this PowerPoint, I promise you. It's just about the element of surprise. Are you ready for this? Who's going to win the Serie A? Boom, bitches. It's going to be Inter. You see that came from the right-hand side? That was so dope, by the way. This PowerPoint, I'm telling you guys, it's the tits. It is the tits. But anyway, Inter is going to win the Serie A. Why, in my opinion, are Inter going to win the Serie A? Why they're going to take home back-to-back Scudettos? This is why. Number one, they retain most of their key players. That is very important when you're going for a title defense, bro. If you can retain those key players, you're going to be golden. And Inter last year won the league by 19 points. And all those great players that they had last year are still there. When Inter won the league back in like 2021, they lost Lukaku, they lost Hakimi. This time around, they're not basically losing anybody. Lautaro Martinez, one of the best strikers in the world, is still there, coming off a Ballon d'Or caliber season. Thuram is still there. Çalhanoğlu is still there. Bastoni is still there. Dumfries is still there. Barella is still there. De Vries is still there. I mean, all their great players are still there. And not only that, they kept most of their great players, but they also added depth. That's the next point. They added depth with Zielinski obviously coming over from Napoli. That helps weaken the rivals and strengthen your team. And they also added Taremi, a guy who scored, I think, 12 goals in all comps for Porto last year. A really, really good striker, in my opinion. So obviously, you retain most of your key players. You add depth with two really, really good players. Obviously, two good squad players. That's a recipe for success. And also, the last point, I mean, Inzaghi's the best coach in the Serie A by far, bro. It's not even close. And the competition in the Serie A this up-and-coming year isn't very strong, in my opinion. I mean, obviously, Juve are going to be a tough team because they have a new coach in Thiago Motta. They added Douglas Luiz. And Juve is obviously always a dangerous team because they're the kings of Italian football. But again, do I think, like, they're losing Chiesa? Do I think that team is good enough to obviously compete for the league? No, I don't think Juventus is going to compete for the league. They're going to compete for Europe, obviously, a European spot, but they're not going to compete for the league with Inter. Milan, just not a good squad, not good enough a squad, in my opinion, even though I think they're going to finish second. Napoli, they're probably going to lose Victor Osimhen. They have a new coach. It's just not looking good for them. I mean, I think I think Napoli, Lazio, Milan, and Juventus all have new coaches. I mean, the continuity with Inter is there. Like I said, they're keeping their coach, who's the best in the league. They're keeping their great players, and they're adding depth. So again, for me, I'm not going to sit here and be a hot take merchant and say, oh, it's going to be Napoli. Fuck no, it's going to be Inter who win the league, and they're going to win it going away, in my opinion, for back-to-back years. So for me, the Scudetto for the second year in a row is going to go to Inter Milan. Next up, we have the Bundesliga. Who is going to win the Bundesliga in 2024-2025? Will it be Bayern Munich? Will it be Bayer Leverkusen? In my opinion, it is going to be Bayer Leverkusen to take home the league for the second straight year. It is not going to be Bayern Munich. They're going to continue their Bundesliga drought for a second year. Because look, man, this Bayer Leverkusen team is the real deal. They obviously won nearly invincible last year. And like I said with Inter, the first point, they retained most of their exceptional players from last season. I mean, a team like Leverkusen, you would expect them to like lose players left and right. Kind of like when Leicester won the league. Remember when Leicester won the league and all their players basically left? The same thing you would expect to happen for Leverkusen, but they lost basically nobody. Like virtually none of their important players left. And they actually added depth. Frimpong is still there. Florian Wirtz, the most important player in my opinion, is still there. Hincapié is still there. Granit Xhaka is still there. Most of their great players are still there. The guys who obviously helped them go invincible last year, they're still a part of that team. And not only that, like I said with Inter, I'm not trying to make the same points over and over again, but like I said, continuity is important. They also retained their players and added Alex Garcia and Martin Terrier. Those are two big additions. Alex Garcia, I watched him a lot last year. Obviously, Girona, because I'm on the Liga. I support a team in the Liga. He was fantastic for Girona. He was one of the reasons why they were so good in the league. And Martin Terrier is a fantastic player in my opinion as well. Obviously, a really, really good striker. And then after that, I mean, the other thing for me is that there's major question marks surrounding Bayern Munich's new coach, Vincent Kompany. I mean, obviously, Bayern Munich have added some depth to that team. They obviously added Olise from Crystal Palace, who I believe is a really, really good player. But are we really going to sit here and act like Vincent Kompany is that type of coach? I mean, a guy who was coaching fucking Burnley last year, he's gonna go to one of the biggest clubs in Europe right now and compete with one of the best managers in the world in Xabi Alonso. When the squads are honestly kind of comparable. I know Bayern Munich have a better squad, like they should, but I think the coaching is such a mismatch when it comes to Leverkusen and when it comes to leagues, bro. We saw last year, coaching is the most important thing. If you have a good coach, you're probably gonna win your league. If you have the best coach in your league, you're probably gonna win your league. And I think Bayer Leverkusen have the best coach in the Bundesliga by far. And like I said, the continuity, the addition of Alex Garcia and Martin Terrier. And like I said, I don't know what the fuck is going to happen with Bayern Munich. I don't know what's going on with that team. Is Harry Kane going to continue his form from the Euros? Is going to be that shit for like the whole season? Hopefully not. I don't expect them to. Kingsley Coman is probably going to leave on loan. It's just like there's a lot of question marks surrounding Bayern to me right now. And obviously coming off not their best season last year, going trophyless. And to get rid of Thomas Tuchel, who, love him or hate him, is one of the best tacticians in the world for a guy like Vincent Kompany, who again, he's not like, it's not like we're guessing with him. We've seen him already coach teams, like obviously not the level of Bayern Munich, but I mean, he wasn't great, in my opinion, for Burnley. So for him to have that role given to him, to have that much responsibility to coach Bayern Munich, and again, you're going up against Xabi Alonso. To me, it's not going to be a recipe for success for Bayern Munich. I expect them to finish second. Dortmund can have also a sneaky good year with a new coach and also the addition of Gurasi. But I don't think they're gonna compete with Leverkusen. I think Leverkusen are gonna win the league once again. Are they gonna go invincible? Probably not, but they're definitely gonna win the Bundesliga for a second straight year, in my opinion. We have two back-to-back Bundesliga and Serie A. Will have teams defending their title, in my opinion. Obviously, Inter and Leverkusen. Next up is the Premier League. The most exciting league in the world, the most watched league in the world. Who's going to win it this year? Is it going to be Man City? Is it going to be Arsenal? Is it going to be Liverpool? Is it going to be Man United? I can't even say that with a straight face. It's obviously not going to be Man United. Who is going to win the Premier League this year? In my opinion, according to Meet No Ball, I believe it's going to be, are you ready for this? Arsenal. I think Arsenal and Mikel Arteta finally get it done. This is their 2019-2020 Liverpool season. Arsenal are going to win the league finally this year. For the first time in 20 years, Arsenal will take it home. They're going to do it, bro. Why are they going to do it? Let me give you the reasons why. Number one, have been at the heels of City for the past 2 seasons. Ask Liverpool how that goes. Liverpool were on City's heels for a couple years, and then in 2019-2020, they finally broke through and won the league going away. And I think Arsenal, they have a lot of quality on that squad. And I mean, for the past 2 years, being that close to City and not being able to get it done, I think this is going to be the year where they finally say, you know what, fuck this. We're not taking games off. We're going to go at these guys and actually win the league for the first time, like I said, in 20 years. I think Arsenal, I think they're going to keep putting on the pressure for City, and I think it's going to be the year that they finally actually win it. I mean, that has to count for something, bro. I know they didn't win the title those last 2 years, but they came really, really close, and their football was basically flawless. If it wasn't for City being perfect, man, I mean, Arsenal, we're talking about them possibly winning a 3-peat right now. And I think that this year, I think that being at the heels of City for the past 2 years and being that close has kind of given them an appreciation for those players and those coaches for how hard it is to win this league. And I think this year, they're not going to take it for granted, but I think they're going to go out there and, they're not going to take games off. Like Arsenal sometimes take games off, especially around December and January time, that ends up costing them the league. I don't think this year that's going to happen. I think, again, being at the heels of City for the past 2 seasons is going to help them, obviously, and motivate them. I also think that the addition of Calafiori has been huge for them. Obviously, added Calafiori will probably add Mikel Merino. 2 big signings, in my opinion. I think Calafiori, obviously coming over from Bologna, had a really, really good year for them, had a really, really good Euro campaign, and I think he's going to be a guy who's going to help that defense a lot. And you have Gabriel, you have obviously Timber, you have Saliba. I mean, you have Calafiori now. That defense is looking good. You still have that bums and Zinchenko, but again, whatever. He's serviceable every now and then. And I think their midfield, bro, again, Mikel Merino, if you add him to that midfield, he's a really, really good player. A Mikel Arteta type player, in my opinion, actually. Mikel Merino, Mikel Arteta, similar name, actually not similar, the same name. But I think that midfield is going to be very, very good, obviously, with Odegaard, obviously. and Kai Havertz playing there. Obviously, like one thing that for me is a big question mark for Arsenal, and it has been for the past couple of years, is the lack of a striker. Obviously, you're going to play, Gabriel Jesus is not a guy who can rely on 38 games a season to give you that production because he's just not good enough. And Kai Havertz, I mean, he had a great year last year, especially towards the latter half of the season. He's not a striker though. And you're competing with the Hollands. You're competing, with those guys when you're playing these teams. You're competing with, like I was going to say, Darwin Núñez, but again, you're competing with Haaland. You're competing with Erling Haaland. If you don't have that striker that can keep up with him, it's going to be difficult. But I think they have enough pieces to where they can get goals from like different players, contributions from different players like we saw last year. And the transfer window's not over. They might add they might add a striker before it's all said and done. I would love to see them go for Victor Osimhen. I'm surprised they haven't gone for Victor Osimhen. That would be a really, really good signing for them. But yeah, Calafiori and Mikel Merino, who will probably Calafiori is already part of the team. Mikel Merino will probably be added to the team. I think those two additions will be huge. And also the final thing, it's very hard. It's very hard / nearly impossible to win 5 in a row. 5 in a row is fucking crazy, bro. Like we thought 4 in a row was insane, and they obviously did that. 5 in a row is crazy. I mean, Sir Alex Ferguson never won 4 in a row, let alone 5. He only won 3 in a row. I don't see City winning 5 in a row, bro. Again, I think City is a great team. I think you could argue they're the best team in Europe right now because their squad quality is still elite, and they still have the best manager in European football, in my opinion, in Pep Guardiola. But 5 in a row, I mean, it takes a lot of mental fortitude. It takes a lot of, it just takes a lot of, it takes a lot to win 5 leagues in a row, dude. 5? I mean, that's some Bayern Munich shit in, like, the Bundesliga. That's some PSG shit in Liga 1. The Premier League is not that type of league, bro. I don't think City's going to win 5 in a row. That would be crazy to me. So, again, the law of averages suggests that it's Arsenal's turn. Like it just suggests that it's Arsenal's turn to finally win the league, and they're going to do it this year. Being at the heels of City for the past years, adding Calafiori and probably adding Mikel Merino. Again, the striker is a question mark, but the overall squad is really, really good in my opinion, elite. And also, looking at City, I mean, winning 5 in a row, like I said, is crazy. So for those reasons, I think Arsenal are going to take home their first Premier League trophy in 20-something years this up-and-coming season. Next up, we have La Liga. Who's going to win La Liga? Obviously, the league that I watch the most because my team plays in this league, if you're not aware, Barcelona. Who do I believe is going to take home La Liga this year? Is it going to be Barcelona? Is it going to be Real Madrid back-to-back years? Is it going to be Atletico Madrid? Let's find out right now. La Liga will be won, in my opinion, by Real Madrid. I got to be objective here, guys. I try to be, if I want to be taken seriously as a football creator, I got to be objective. And I do believe that Barca will have a really, really good league season. But this Madrid team, man, I mean, I think they're gonna win back-to-back leagues for the first time in I don't know how many years. I don't remember the last time Madrid won back-to-back leagues. It's been over 15 years, I think, I'm pretty sure, because they barely ever do it. But I think this time they're gonna go back-to-back. Why are they gonna go back-to-back? Number one, added Kylian Mbappe. I mean, that's obviously the obvious answer. He's the best player in the world. Adding him to a team that only lost 1 league game last year, I mean, that's a recipe for success. You have the best squad in the Liga, and adding that guy, it's a fucking cheat code. I think it's too good, man. That team is too good with Mbappe, and I think people are like, oh, they're not going to be consistent enough. Dude, you don't need to be, this team is going to be consistent because they have too much talent to be inconsistent. They have too much talent to be inconsistent. They're going to win so many fucking games. They might go over 95 points in the league this year. I honestly believe they might go over 95 points. Mbappe is just a cheat code, bro, and adding him to that team is already insane enough. And like I said, that team lost 2 games all of last year and only lost 1 league game in October. They lost 1 league game in October last year, and after that, they didn't lose a single game. So again, adding Mbappe to that is it's going to be crazy. They obviously lost Toni Kroos, but still, that team has so much depth and so many young, great players. It doesn't really fucking matter. Even losing one of the best midfielders in the world, Toni Kroos, it doesn't really matter. You also will have key players back, like Courtois and Militao, who were obviously not there for the whole last season. I mean, Militao and Courtois missed most of the season for Madrid, 2 of their best players. This season, they will be back. And like I said, this team won the league last year with these guys missing most of the year, pretty much the whole year. And this year, you're going to have them healthy, have them back for the whole year. That's obviously going to help them out a lot, help the defense, help that. Like, Lunin was fantastic last year, one of the best keepers in the world. But Courtois is just a different level, man. He's the best keeper in the world. So having those 2 guys back for the whole season is obviously going to help because, you're not relying on guys like Nacho and Camavinga and Tchouaméni to play center back for you. You actually have, your good center backs and you have your depth back. So that's obviously going to help a lot. And then lastly, they have the best coach and depth in the league. I mean, it's just that simple, bro. When you have the best coach and you have the most depth in the league, it's going to be hard for you not to win it. And look, I would love to sit here and tell you that Barca are going to win it. And I would love to sit here and tell you that Atletico Madrid have a chance because I do like the signing of Julian Alvarez and Lenormand and Sorloth. I think they've done great business this transfer window. And I think Barca obviously signing Dani Olmo. It's just going to be hard to compete with these monsters, bro. Again, like I said, they won the league last year going away. And, their squad, they didn't have a striker. They lost so many of the great players. I mean, Vinicius missed a bunch of time. Bellingham missed time. All the great players missed time. And they still won the league. And this year, those players are going to be healthy. And you still have Ancelotti, and you still have the most depth in La Liga. It's going to go to Real Madrid. Again, I love to see here and tell you that Barca's going to win it. And if Barca win it, I would be ecstatic. but I don't think they're going to be able to compete with Madrid this year. And I think Madrid are going to win the league. And I think, honestly, if you're asking me right now, I think Barca might finish third. I think Atletico Madrid have done such good business that they might finish third. They might finish second. I think Barca could finish third. But I think Madrid are going to finish first, which obviously is the point of this video, predicting the winners. I think Madrid are going to win La Liga, for back-to-back years. And lastly, we have the most important, the most prestigious, and the biggest competition in European football. Who will win the UEFA Champions League? Is it going to be Madrid for back-to-back seasons? Is it going to be Arsenal? Is it going to be Liverpool? Is it going to be, I don't know, is it going to be Bayern Munich with Harry Kane? You know who it's going to be, guys? It's going to be Barcelona. You thought I was going to go this whole video without featuring my team? Are you fucking insane, bro? Are you crazy in your head? Of course Barca are going to win the UCL. Why are Barca going to win the UCL? Let me tell you why right now. Number one, first point, why? It's been too long. It has been too long. It's been 10 years since Barca won the UCL. Last time Barca won the UCL, I was 12, actually 13 years old. I was 13 years old. The last time Barcelona, oh no, was I was 14 years old. Last time Barcelona won the UCL. 14, bro. I was in 7th grade. Summer going into 8th grade. It's been way too fucking long since Barca won the UCL. We're due. We are due for a UCL, and that's why this year is going to be the year. I mean, a decade is too long. Barca, I mean, it's like 10 years after Barca won the UCL one more time. It's going to be poetic. So number one, it's been too long. Number two, Flickinator, first season juice. The Flickinator has always won the UCL in his first season as a coach. Go back and look at Bayern Munich. First season as a coach, what did he do? He won the UCL. Now, that's the only other sample size we have. But again, it's not my fault, guys. The sample size is there. The Flickinator, when he comes into a new team, he wins the UCL in his first season. He wins Sextuple in his first season. Now, I don't think Barca are going to win the Sextuple because, obviously, as you saw, I think Madrid are going to win the league. But the Flickinator is like the best UCL, one of the best UCL managers of all time. And his first season juice is going to carry Barca to their 6th UCL trophy. Third point. Lamine Yamal. Just Lamine Yamal. That's all I gotta say. Lamine Yamal. The kid who just scared, basically, like as a 16-year-old, put a team on his back to win the... He didn't really put a team on his back. I mean, Spain are a really, really good team, but had a fantastic Euro campaign. Had one of the best Euro campaigns that we've seen in recent memory. I mean, Lamine Yamal plays for Barcelona. And he's coming into the season with all the confidence in the world. He was great in the UCL last year when he played. I mean, this year's going to be the Lamine Yamal year, and he's going to be the reason why Barcelona win their 6th UCL. Lamine Yamal. That's all I gotta say. The 17-year-old Lamine Yamal will be the reason why Barca win the UCL. And the final point, the fourth point, this is the only one that has 4 points, by the way. All the other ones you could tell had 3 points. This one has 4. The fourth point, the power of friendship. Friendship is very important, guys. Friendship is the most important thing in the world. It can move mountains. It can honestly move mountains. And I think for Barca, the power of the squad, the friendships in the squad, it's just, I mean, the Nico Williams rejecting Barca is going to bring the squad closer together. And again, all that time in the sauna, in the cold tub with this new Hansi Flick regimen, the players are spending a lot of time together training. That's all. It's all gonna, like, they're becoming more in tune with each other. They're becoming more in tune with one another, and they're going to become such great friends that on the pitch it's going to be like 11 kids from high school that are all best friends playing together. And that's the power of friendship. That's what really matters in football, is friendship. Fuck talent, fuck tactics. It's the power of friendship, and Barca have that. So Barca, as you can see right here, will be winning their 6th UCL come early June. I think it's at Allianz Arena, the final. We will be there no matter what. And that is it, man. Thank you guys for watching. If you stayed this long into the video, get ready for this. This is a picture that I took of Leo when I used to be his cameraman back in the day. That's him doing is that the Renegade? I don't know what it was. But anyway, I appreciate you guys so much for watching, man. I love you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below of everything I just predicted. And yeah, man, I cannot wait for football season to start. And I'll catch you guys, like I said, I love you guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out.